Hey y'all, so yesterday was definitely an experience. Listen, I was telling myself, okay, I was tapping into this Naziyah Harris, case, tragedy, I should say. It's so tragic that this happened to this young lady, this young girl. But on the flip side, I think this is, part of her purpose and part of her destiny. It's just so unfortunate that we have these types of people in this world, but it's not until something like this happens that it grabs our attention and it makes us aware, unfortunately. Like the judge said, everybody around her failed her. Everybody, the system, everybody failed her. Everybody. And I just feel like Detroit is just one of those areas where I just get this energy where it's like a desolate land, like nobody cares. And everybody's just trying to scramble, everybody's like in survival mode, even the kids. I wouldn't be surprised if some little girls are actually prostituting. I wouldn't be surprised if Naziyah Harris was prostituting just to get some clothes, just to get her hair done, just to get, an outfit for school to look cute. I wouldn't be surprised. I really would not be surprised. But the truth is I come from that background. And although I wasn't doing that type of behavior at that young of an age, I knew some of my friends were. And it's so sad and sickening how, she was around so many people that were broken and that were corrupt from their own pain. And yet you have Miss Annette, who in this church, and the church is not in her, but I just want to say, I was literally, I had a plan. I had a whole plan where I was going to put an outfit on and have my nice setting and environment, have a nice cute aesthetic, and really tap into Naziyah. And I'm on the couch talking, just saying, and I look towards, the right, and I have a cross over my door, and I look towards the right, and it's like an opening in my door, one of those doors that have three openings, three windows, frame openings. So I looked in that direction, and I just said, Naziyah, if you want to speak to me. So I said, Naziyah, if you want to speak to me, you can come to me. And I kid you not, I didn't even get off the couch. And Naziyah came. And when she came, it was a rush. It was overwhelming. She came crying, heavy crying, unstoppable. It was to the point where I was literally gasping for air. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all the video. Literally gasping for air. I didn't have to do no type of ritual to invite her in. She was ready to come in. Naziyah is in this place right now where she's willing to talk to anybody, because that's how overwhelmed she is. I don't know if she's still like that right now, because she has been getting a lot of love, a lot of support, from a lot of people. But when I felt her, she was just she just came in. I'm gonna show you the video, because I could not believe it. And I just felt so bad. I felt so bad. And the crazy thing is too, before I show y'all the video, it was getting to a point where I was okay, Naziyah, this is too much. Stop. Okay. I was gonna try to calm her down, but something inside of me said, no, don't do that, because that's what people always do to her. Tell her this is too much, because they can't take it. And they abandon her. This is too much, they can't take it, they abandon her. So I had to sit there and feel everything she was feeling and just breathe. I literally got to the point where I was almost about to have a panic attack. I would not be surprised if Naziyah had anxiety. She probably did, because I realized at some point it looked like she started picking up smoking and drinking, because she was just, that's the only thing that made her go to sleep and get some rest and calm down. But listen, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all see the video. It's crazy. I'm gonna come back and I want to hear y'all comments, hear what y'all gotta say. But Naziyah, she's gonna be okay, and she's getting there. She's not there yet, but she's getting there. She's almost there. She's almost there. But some things has to happen first, and then she's gonna go. Okay. 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 I'm gonna speak for you. I'm gonna speak for you. Okay. You're in a lot of pain. You have no voice. You was trying to get somebody to listen, and nobody was listening. You called out for help so many times, but nobody came. Nobody came. Everybody was too busy. The world was moving fast and you was floating. You were floating in time. You were floating in time. You were floating in time. The world was moving fast and you were floating. You were floating. You were floating. You were alone. You were so lonely. Your father was a mystery. You had no information about him. It was a wonder. It was a wonder. You always wondered about him. You always wondered. You always wondered about him. You will walk home from school thinking about him, wondering. You were wondering about your mom. Where's she at? You were sad about your brother. You felt he abandoned you. He knew what was going on. He was running away from it too. He knew. Your grandmother was abusive. Your grandmother was abusive. You felt crushed. Your spirit was crushed. You felt small. She was a bully. She was a giant. She was a giant. She was a bully. She was powerful. You was afraid. Naziyah, you can talk to me. I'm here. You took care of the little kids. Everybody was just tearing you apart. Everybody had a little piece of you. Your Aunt Shannon, she would get drunk. They would get drunk and have sex. You was around. Your Aunt Shannon was touching you. She was touching you. Roxy abandoned you. She was too busy. She didn't make time. She didn't want to be involved. It was out of confusion. She was distant. She would say she was coming, but she didn't come. They were arguing. They were arguing. Roxy was getting into an argument with your grandmother, Annette. Annette is powerful. She has connections to the police. She has connections to the community. She owns property. She has many connections. She's a pillar in the community. They respect her in the community. The police, the officials, the political people respect her in the community. She has connections to political people. The system is corrupt. Your brother is suffering. Something happened to him. He ran away. You were babysitting the kids. Your Aunt Shannon knew. She knew. She knew. Your grandmother was manipulative. The staff in the school, they knew her. They thought she was a good woman because she took in children and she looked like a nice person and a good person and a caring person. She always put on the front. She always showed that she cared and loved y'all in front of them, but abused y'all behind scenes. She always told a story like she was a hero. She spoke about God. The pastor. She has a personal relationship with the pastor. The guy that you were dancing in front of, he's indebted to her. She did something to him. She did something for him. He's indebted to her. She helped him. He was in jail. She gave him a place to live. He watches over her property. He's like her property manager. You was sad about the community. You was sad about your environment. It was so much drugs and violence. It was bringing you down. You wanted to get away. You loved goldfish. They were peaceful to you. You loved the water. Jarvis would take you to the water sometimes. It was a place of rest for you, a place of peace. You would sit and talk to Jarvis by the water. There was a car. You want to rest. You want to rest. You're tired. You're tired. You want to rest. You're tired. You're tired. You love your brother. You want the world to see. You want the world to see. There's something about the river. There's something about the river. You want the world to see. There's something about the river. I don't. Something about the river and the police. You want the world to see. There's corruption. There's lies. They know what's going on. It's a big system. It's a big system. Prostitution, little girls, prostitution. Boys are sad. They feel hopeless. They see but don't see. They have an idea of what's going on, but they can't do anything about it. What would you like me to do, Naziyah? What would you like me to do? You want to rest in peace. You want to rest in peace. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You want a balloon release. White balloons. You want to rest in peace. Do you want them to find your body? It doesn't matter. It'll be found in the right time. You want your spirit to go in peace. Your heart was broken. Your heart was broken. Your brother broke your heart. He left you. He smokes to escape the pain. He smokes weed to escape the pain. He's in a lot of pain. He's lost. He doesn't understand what it means to be a father. He still feels like a little boy himself. He's confused. He's disconnected. He numbs his pain. He escapes. He runs away. He runs away when he smokes the weed. He runs away. He doesn't want to feel. He know he left you. You feel betrayed. Naziyah, did Jarvis do this to you? Naziyah, speak to me. Did Jarvis do this to you? Naziyah, speak to me. Did Jarvis do this to you? It was Shannon. but he didn't stop it. He's the fall guy. Shannon is a monster. He wants to protect her because she has his children. She's a monster. He didn't do it. I'm sorry, Naziyah. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I want y'all to see how magical this is. So I'm literally walking and I'm carrying Naziyah in my heart. And I want y'all to see this. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Look at that. Y'all see that heart? You see that heart? Naziyah is throwing up gang gang to us, y'all. Look at that. Naziyah is throwing up gang gang to us, y'all. Look at that. It's a heart. It's a heart. It's an imperfect heart.